part-time job in the mailroom up there in the Hamilton campus. And it was like around noon. I see somebody like run into the building and grab a defibrillator off the wall. So I'm like, what's going on? So I follow them out, and there's just a group of students standing around a body. And they're like, does anyone know CPR? And I'm like, well, shoot, I do. So I start doing CPR, we're talking to 911. Eventually he comes in.
I came out of like the gym, and it's right next to that building where he had collapsed. And I really thought like they were doing like a test or like they were doing a real life scenario. I did not expect my professor to be laying on the ground there.
Right when I came up to him, he was lying on the floor. His body was kind of in like a side position, and he was like probably as blue as my shirt, I would say. Like his whole face, whole body, his eyes were just staring up. So then I repositioned him, and then that's when I started chest compressions.
So I started running up to it. I was like, do you just want me to take over? Do you want to start rotating?
So I was like, yeah, like please. So then he comes over, starts, and then once he starts getting tired, I switch back in. We just kept switching back in and off.
I didn't know how long the ambulance would take.
Every second matters, especially in terms of like long-term damage and how much, like trying to limit how much long-term damage they sustain.
I couldn't have been there more than like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was probably 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You like lose a sense of time when you're going through it.
And they're pretty fast too.
Just like how fragile life is and how easily it can be taken away just like that. Because they're like, I'm sure you're the same way the whole rest of the day. I was like shaking, and I was like, oh my God, like I can't believe that just happened. And it didn't hit me until he later emailed me and like thanked me and everything. And at the end of his emails last time was, because of you, my family got to have Christmas with me this year. And it was like one of the most fulfilling and wholesome like feelings I've ever felt.
I didn't even know he was like a nursing student or anything. I just assumed he was just a student there. So
I definitely like will never forget him or his face. Like anytime I see him anywhere, I'm like, oh yeah, I saved some dude's life with that guy.